Hello and welcome back. It is Thursday, December 17th, and we're talking this week's space and astronomy news. But first, just a couple admin notes. So this is actually going to be the last news video for 2020. I'm going to take a couple weeks off. I will still be posting some pre-recorded science content, but I won't be doing the news because that's, time sensitive. But it's been really great, and I am really looking forward to coming back in 2021 with more awesome space and astronomy news. And also, if you would like to celebrate 2020 with me, well, there's not much to celebrate, but this Monday is the solstice, winter or summer, depending on which hemisphere you're in. And I'm going to be celebrating by having a happy hour, and that will be live on my YouTube and my TikTok. And so grab your favorite drink, whether that's water, eggnog, wine, whiskey, I don't care. Come hang out, and that is going to be on Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern. So looking forward to seeing y'all then. Okay, but this week, speaking of Monday, Monday is not only the solstice, it's also the date of the Great Conjunction. So you might have heard about this because it's been all over, but now you're hearing about it from me. So yes, the Great Conjunction is happening, and the Great Conjunction is basically when Saturn and Jupiter are very close on the night sky, and this happens roughly every 20 years or so based on their orbits. However, this year is an even greater Great Conjunction because they're actually going to be the closest on the sky that they have been since 1623. So yeah, 400 years since they've been quite this close. And they are only going to be 6 arc minutes apart on the sky. Now for reference, the full moon is about 30 arc minutes in width. So they're going to be 5 times closer together than the diameter of the full moon. It's going to be awesome. Now I just want to clarify because I have seen some people asking about this. Jupiter and Saturn are going to be very close together on the sky, but remember the sky is just a 2D projection of the 3D universe, and so they're not actually going to be that close together in physical space. So no, they're not going to be colliding or anything like that, but they are going to be in line basically with us as we're looking in that direction, and so that's why they're going to appear so close together, and they will be somewhat closer together than they normally would be in physical space, but they're not in any danger of colliding. They're on separate orbits, so don't worry about that. So we've talked a couple times about the Chang'e 5 mission that launched from China in November to collect a lunar sample. So that mission has now successfully returned to Earth. It landed yesterday in Inner Mongolia, and this now makes China only the 3rd nation to ever successfully return a lunar sample, and the first to do it in 40 years. So congrats to China and the Chang'e 5 mission. Speaking of sample returns, we've talked about the Hayabusa 2 mission, which is a Japanese sample return mission from the asteroid Ryugu. So I told you that this landed safely in Australia last Saturday and had been returned to Japan, and now the Japanese scientists have started to open the capsule, and they found that they actually collected more material than they even expected. They found dust and pebbles, and they successfully collected gas in the gas-tight chamber. This is a really, really exciting thing, and I believe Japan is going to give access to the international community to the sample sometime in the next couple years. So we will learn a lot about the asteroid Ryugu and asteroids in general, and it's just really awesome. Canada is going to the moon! So NASA announced yesterday that they've reached an agreement with the Canadian Space Agency, CSA, in regards to the Artemis and Lunar Gateway missions. So the Lunar Gateway is basically going to be a permanent station in orbit around the moon, somewhat similar to the ISS is for Earth. And CSA has agreed from the beginning to be a partner on that. They were the first nation, I believe, to join in with NASA on this. And part of this agreement is 2 crew spots for Canadian astronauts. One will be to go to the Gateway itself, and another will be a seat on the Artemis 2 mission. Now, if you're not familiar with the Artemis missions, this is the upcoming return to the moon that NASA has been planning. Artemis 1 is going to be an unmanned mission, but Artemis 2 is going to be a crewed mission to the moon. However, it's just going to be in orbit around the moon and then return. So neither of these Canadian astronauts, as far as we know, are expected to actually land on the moon, but they will be in orbit around the moon. And these will be the first non-USA astronauts to ever go to the moon. So this is really exciting news for Canada. I'm sure that their astronauts are all really excited about it and hoping to be selected for those crew spots. And a couple end-of-the-year launch updates for you. Rocket Lab launched its 7th and final mission of 2020, successfully placing a small satellite into orbit on Tuesday, and that mission was called The Owl's Night Begins. I love the Rocket Lab mission names. And SpaceX's 26th and final launch of 2020 was planned for today, but they just stood down from that, and so now they're targeting for tomorrow. And this is the NROL 108 mission, which is for the NRO, or the National Reconnaissance Office, which basically means it's super secret and classified, and we don't actually know what's going up, but it's probably a spy satellite of some sort. But there have been a really amazing amount of launches in 2020, and I'm really looking forward to what's going to be coming in 2021. And lastly, we've talked a few times about the whole phosphine on Venus situation, and I read a really interesting article in The Atlantic about it that I thought was a really great summary, and so I'll link that for you below if you want to read a little bit more about it. And that's all I have for you today and for this year. So I will see you on Monday if you want to come hang out at the Solstice Happy Hour, or I will see you in 2021 for more news, or you can check out any of my content, which will always be here for you. All right, thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season and, find the cheer where you can. Bye.